Everybody, pardon me, everybody. So, I don't just wear tank tops from here on out. I'm actually gonna jump on my cardio because I figured I'd take a break from all of this mess. Been trying to prep for a shoot. I have a 4-day shoot coming up this next week, and two cameras, two and a few cameras, Epic Scarlett, GH4, GoPro. Uh, it's a it's a sports product, so it's been kind of cool. We have a whole bunch of locations, people running, biking, CrossFit, football, basketball, all kinds of fun stuff. It's gonna be awesome. But I just wanted to in one of the prep whenever I have a this isn't a huge shoot, but when there's a larger shoot, you start looking at all your stuff, going, okay, what happened last time that broke that needs to be fixed this time? A couple things were the follow focus. My Red Rock follow focus is down. I think I have to send that one back in. Uh, and But I think we'll probably get away with one follow focus and one uh, one wireless because it's going to be on the Ronin, and one manual follow focus. And pardon me, one of the things we have, my ears are popping, which is new, is this little Teradek guy. Now, if you're familiar with Teradek at all, they pioneered a few years ago wireless monitoring to like an iPad, and they have a little mini H.264 encoder in there. You plug your HDMI in, off it goes. The first one they made was called the Cube, I think, and that's gone through a whole bunch of different iterations. This one is called the Clip. It's a little bit not as many features. It's tiny, which is nice. They made it, I think, in preparation or in thinking of for drones. So they want to be able to have these go up on drones. The problems I'm running into are initially because on the website it has it sitting on top of a DSLR, which I could use because I don't usually have to worry about a director's monitor when I'm running a DSLR. They're usually smaller shoots. I don't have to worry about having the director look at it the entire time. That's usually something I can just do, or they can see off over my shoulder or something, or it's me directing. But hey, if it works, why not? Because a lot of the other little HDMI units, you have to plug them into another TV, off the camera. They're a pain in the butt because you gotta have power and they're a big stick. You gotta stick somewhere. Anyway, long story short, you've probably seen it. Anyway, this was similar, but it's so much smaller, and just running to a iPad made it sound really simple. You could just hand the director an iPad instead of having to set up a whole other TV. They could just carry it around, which I've seen. That's what they tout on other ads. So this guy, the problem is the first problem I saw. Oh, it's like $600 too. Is the power input compared to all the other kind of cheap ones out there, which run off of a 5-volt USB, 5-volt USB. This is a 6 to 18 volt, which is fine if you're running it off of a drone because they've got 14-volt power supplies usually up there flying things around. So it requires at least 6 volts. I'm gonna try and see what I can do. I had a couple of USB battery, to cell phone charger batteries coming, but they're only 5 volts, so I don't think that's gonna do the trick. Now for the Epic and the Scarlett, it's not a problem. I just run the D-tap. Except for I had to make this cable. Not that that's hard, but that's just something else you have to do. I had to go and make another cable so I could run it off the D-tap on the batteries. And also, all my new V-mount batteries have USB on it, which I bought specifically so you could run peripherals and not tie up a D-tap. So the D-taps could be running follow focuses and lights and other things, not lights necessarily, but other things on the camera rig. So that's a little bit of an annoying thing. Secondly, I'm running into is it's micro HDMI in. You probably can't see that. Micro HDMI in. So you have to go from a DSLR, you have to have a mini or a micro from a GH4 to mini or micro, which is a specialty cable. So, and I'm not finding too many of those. I have to make some phone calls tomorrow. It being Saturday, I'm a little bit concerned. But there's some of the peripherals. It comes with antennas. It comes with This is another D-tap that I have from a previous project. It comes with a wall mount. It's like, really, guys? What am I going to use that for? Yeah. What's the point of having a wireless transmitter if you're going to be AC plugged in? So that's kind of a silly thing. I have not yet hooked it up to the iPad. They all tout a 4-frame latency, which would be not too bad. You can't really pull focus from that. We might try to. We'll see. Let's see. Anything else really quick I was going to talk about for this prep? We're still working on prep. I have, for this shoot, we're going to do a bunch of overcrank stuff, so that hints the Epic. Also, for locations that we need to steal or be quick and light and simple, we're going to be overcranking at 96 frames or 48 frames, or maybe even just shooting straight up 4K on the good old GH4. And for a fast lens, because we want to make it kind of like cinematic looking, you know, shallow depth of field, I just picked up the Olympus 25 1.8 or 1.7, and I got a variable ND filter for that, so when we're outside we can still crank it, so we can run it at a almost open. So this lens had some good reviews. It was pretty sharp. No image stabilization. I forgot about that. I'm so used to all of my Lumix lenses, which all have stabilization, so they avoid that DSLR micro shake, which I hate ever so much. One of the other things I was trying to look at was a single point 3-axis gimbal. There's a few of them out there, like a Nebula 4000 or Kane makes one, but they're still kind of far off from being super. I've kind of decided that the 3-axis gimbal has to be kind of like the Ronin, plug and play, for me to invest my time and efforts into it. Otherwise, we're just going to be doing some regular standard camera prep. Let's see if my wife's in here. Hey, she's still in here.
Hi.
Talking about camera prep. The red is going to be, I need to tear it down, build it back up. There's Scarlett's probably going to live on the shoulder rig.
Welcome to my office.
Yeah, this is my wife's office. This is my wife's office. We share a lot.
Those are my books on the floor.
So it's a mess right now. So I have to pull. There we go. I have to pull the trailer apart, make sure it's all. Cause it's gone on a couple things lately that I have not worked on. My gaffer's just taking it out. So I need to make sure it's configured for me. Got to make sure the Epic we're picking up on Monday, that it's configured the way it should be to go on the Ronin. And that's a battery question. You know, is it going to be? I'm just kind of checking out. This is my mom's iMac that's having problems. So I'm trying to fix that at the same time. Lots going on right now. Oh yeah, something new. So we're going to be running Canon. So we're fast. We're going to be running Canon, glass, small. Maybe the zooms. Otherwise, the Rokinons picked up the 50 recently, so we have the full kit, which is nice. So that's going to be fun to be shooting some fast, open apertures. Loud, sorry. Going to be at a CrossFit gym, have some opportunity to do some cool lighting, some dramatic lighting. But anyway, I've talked for what, almost 10 minutes now, 8 minutes. I'm going to go do some cardio so I don't fall asleep. So there you go. Just things to think about when you're doing camera prep is always what's broken, what needs to be fixed, what lenses, adapters, because it does no good to get out there on shoot day and realize you don't have everything. So, also I have on order another variable ND filter because otherwise when I run two cameras, I usually run the Red Pro Zoom, which I have, or Red Pro Primes, and then it's not really a good pairing because they're completely different lens systems. I'll run my Rokinons on the other one, but this is mostly just for efficiency and cost. And they're completely different systems, so I have an ND filter and matte box set up for the one, or I'll rent another Rokinon set if I want to really match. But because a lot of the time I end up doing the post on these things myself, and I know what it takes to match these cameras up. So we're going to be matching the Rokinons with the Canon L series glass probably. And oh yeah, so that's what I was saying. ND filters. So, and again, we got to move fast. We have 4 days, but we're doing a lot of locations. Oh, the other thing I have on order is for this shoot is DJI. What's that called? The drone, the Phantom 3, because I'm going to show you my lovely. This is my tool bench right now. We moved in. I feel like we just moved in. We moved in 5 years ago, and I've never finished cleaning off my. Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. Here is what's left of my Phantom 1 after a windstorm took it, and it looks fine, but it's not that fine. And we had a couple of aerial stuff. Well, we had some specific aerial shots on this coming up, and I was going to try and just hire some of my friends who are really good drone pilots. But it ended up being, okay, we don't know exactly when the shots were going to be. There was conflict with the talent. There's conflict with the weather. There's conflict with location. So it just kind of turned into this big, we couldn't just have the drone guy sitting around all day long for all 4 days. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and upgrade my drone, because I can fly just fine. And these shots aren't super hard. They're just critical that we have them in the piece. So the drone 3 is coming, or the Phantom 3 is coming, and we got the, not the Pro, because that's the 4K version. I wanted the 60 option to do 60 frames a second. So it's the standard, or not standard, whatever this. Anyway, it's the drone 3, Phantom 3 with the 1080p camera that can overcrank to 60. So I'm excited for that, because it comes ready to fly. It comes down to the remote, which will go right into your iPhone or your iPad. Anyway, we'll look at all that tomorrow. That's coming in tomorrow. So set it up. As much as easy it was to fly the Phantom 1, there was a bunch of stuff you're like trying to configure it and set it up, whereas it's all done through the iOS app, which is going to be awesome. And there you go. I've talked now for 12 minutes. I keep saying I'm going to stop talking, and you guys always make comments. You talk so much. I do. I talk a lot. I apologize. But anyway, okay. PC's been working okay. I'm not going to upgrade to Windows 10 until I'm in the middle of projects, meaning like in a space of projects between. I'm not in the middle of a project, and right now I'm in the middle of like 3. The MacBook Pro got fixed. It was having a graphics card issue, so fast machine, slow machine, but now I can kind of make sure I'm covered as far as both base. This isn't too slow. It's a 2.7 gigahertz i7, so it's not the slowest, but for After Effects and 3D, but for editing 4K, it's just fine. Both on SSD. So anyway, gonna work out the Teradek stuff, monitoring situations. I love wireless. I'm tired. I get so sick of wired stuff. So now I'm seriously gonna turn this off. Thanks for watching. You like peanut?